If you guys remember on my last video, I spoke about going to Camera Joint and seeing two things that caught my attention. The first one was the Fifine K688 XLR and USB microphone. The second thing that caught my attention was the Fifine AmpliTank. This is the Ampli3 recording audio mixer. Now, speaking about, audio recording mixers, I know a lot about these things because I've been recording for over 30 years. In fact, in the studio, I actually have two audio interfaces. In the vocal booth, I have a Focusrite Trackmaster Pro that records a bitrate of 24-bit and a sample rate of 44,100 all the way to 96,000 kilohertz. In the studio here, connected to my console, I have a Mark of the Unicorn. A lot of people know it as Mode 2. I have a Mode 2 828 MK2, and that records also 24-bit all the way from 44,100 kilohertz to 96,000 kilohertz. So I know a lot about audio interfaces. So I would want to know what Fifine has right in this box. Let's see what's in the box. In the box, we have just basically three things, to be honest. You have the audio interface, you have a USB-C to USB cable type A, and then you have the manual. One note of warning though, this is not one of those equipments that you buy and because you've been in audio engineering for a while, or you've been podcasting for a while, or you've been recording for a while, you just buy it. It's an audio interface. You connect your cable to it, and then you connect the output and you're recording, and then somewhere in the middle of the road, you're wondering, okay, how does this thing record? What's the audio bit rate? What's the sample rate? But let me use my Nigerian accent. If you try to do that, it's not going to work. And the reason it's not going to work is because if you go online, okay, let me go back to my normal English. If you go online and you search for information about this product, honestly speaking, it's going to take you a while. It took me and my team over 2 hours just randomly trying to get the info online. There's practically no information about this audio interface on the website of Fifine. It just doesn't make sense. I feel like Donald Trump using my hands this way. It just doesn't make sense. All the info you need is right in here. In fact, I need to show you where exactly. It's somewhere in here. Trust me, if you try using this thing and you don't read the manual, let me use my Nigerian accent again. You are going to regret it. You are not going to like it. So for your sake, read the info. The features are pretty straightforward, to be honest. At the back, you have two outputs. You have the left and the right, and then you have the USB-C slot where you can actually connect the power cable to. So it's powered via USB-C. Now, in the front is where we have the major controls for the AmpliTank. Now, you have two channels. It's basically a two-channel recording equipment. You have a mic and line input. You have two of them, and you have the gain structures for both of them next to each other. I must say that you can also record using condenser mics. So it gives you a preamp of 48 volts. So meaning you can use a dynamic mic and a condenser mic with this. You can also record an instrument, not just a microphone. So in between here, you can actually see this holes here where you can actually connect a cable in there. It also gives you two settings. You have one for instrument and one for treble. The treble just sort of like adds more air into the recording, while the instrument is if you are recording an instrument. Most times, say you're recording an acoustic guitar or an electric guitar or a bass guitar, it is referred to as an instrument. So you can bring in your 1/4-inch jack in here, and on each side you have gain knobs to control both. You also have the instrument and the treble available for both channels. Next to it, there's sort of like a demarcation. Next to it, you have sort of like a headphone amp where you can listen to the recording. That's if you're monitoring the recording yourself. You can monitor it in two ways. You can either use a headphone and monitor with the headphones, or you can connect these outputs to monitors just like mine, maybe like active monitors or hi-fi monitors. And over here, you have a way of controlling what you hear. So if you want to be hearing it from your headphone, you have the access here to direct monitor, or if you want to listen on just the monitors alone and not your ear, then you can use here. Now, this is the line output. So basically, whatever you output from here, this is where the volume knob is. So if you want to increase the volume of the output, this is where you get that. But if you want to increase the volume of the input, that comes from the gain structure. So I think what we're going to do next is basically set this up. I'll connect it to my pod mic and let's hear what it sounds like. Alrighty, so the sound you're hearing right now is actually coming from the Fifine Ampli3. So what I did was to power it using my laptop, and then I connected the output. You know, it has two outputs at the back. There's a left and right. So I took the mono, I took one channel, the left, and sent that into my system so I can record it. And the mic is connected directly into the Fifine. So you can tell that my other cable is dangling because I'm not using my, my own audio interface. I'm using the Fifine. And to be honest, the sound, I find the sound pretty impressive. If I hid this from you and I kept speaking and I told you I had swapped it, you probably would not have believed me because they sound practically the same. And of course, I do very well with microphones. I tend to make every microphone sound nice. Yes. And in terms of specs, the Fifine actually does a bit rate of 16 and 24 bit. While in terms of sample rate, check this out. This is pretty impressive. It actually has a sample rate of 44,100 kilohertz all the way to 192,000 kilohertz. Now, that knocks off both my audio interfaces in terms of sample rate. So that's pretty impressive. Taking into consideration that it's this small, the both that I have in there, I can't take it out. And besides, they are not powered via USB-C. This is powered via USB-C. So I think it's pretty impressive. Another thing I really love about it, we'll come back to the remaining specs. As I'm speaking, I can see that my levels are green, which basically says that I'm within a very good audio range. If it goes into red, that means you're practically living in the realm of distortion. Why would you want to distort your audio? I have no clue. If I wanted to add some air to it, I would use the treble. But usually I like processing my audio separately, so I'm not going to be using that. I'm monitoring using the earphones as well. And my volume is about 12, almost 12 o'clock. So I'm pretty impressed with something this small being able to do that much. And I think what impresses me the most is the price. To think that this Fifine Ampli3 actually costs within $96 to $105. That's pretty impressive for something this little doing so much to cost not so much. I mean, a good microphone goes for almost $200. If the audio interface is half that price, I mean, it just makes a truckload of sense. So the question I'll be asking is, who is this good for? I think this is good for podcast, a single person or two people. It's good for musicians. You can use it to sing and play an instrument at the same time. You could play a guitar or play, a bass and sing at the same time. I think you can also, because it's USB-C, you can take it anywhere with you and just connect it to your laptop and you're good to go. Is there anything else? Nah, that's basically everything about the Fifine. So you guys let me know in the comment section what you think. If you have one, let me know what it sounds like. I'm gonna see you guys on the next review. Please, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. If you like the video, please use the like button, smash the like button, use the subscribe button. It's very, very close to the like button. Use that as well, and I will see you guys on the next review. Ciao.